This is the morning of the 30th of October. I just spent the last 20 minutes doing this video. When I went to download it, guess what? That software bug reappeared. Now I'm going to do this again because there's a lot in here you have to be made aware of. It's put up by Trigger Smart. Title is Something is Off About the Charlie Kirk Shooting. Too many loose ends. This is really an important video, otherwise I wouldn't take the time to do it again. You need to listen to what's said. It's actually frightening.
Hello and welcome back to Trigger Smart. Today I'm going to take a step back and summarize all of the loose ends that I've had sent to me and that others like Candace Owens and others have covered, all in one place to give a realistic view of what is out there and what it might mean. Now, if I miss any, put them in the comments below. And quickly, here's a video that one of you subscribers have sent to me that's pretty interesting. So their theory here is that they see something from this camera heading towards Charlie. They're pointing to this open area in the M. And then here they say, look at the letter M. It appears something passes in front of it at the moment of the shot. So right there, you can see the M just looks different, right? Like it's shiny. Maybe something passed through there. I mean, it could be propellant bending the light. It could be maybe a bullet passed through there. How you get those like long streaks. I have no idea. This is all just a guess, but something's different there, right? And then we go on to the third shot, and you can still see it almost looks like his hair or something is bending. And the M still looks different than the original. And we'll see this in a video here in slow motion in a second. And the wound appears around the same time, and obviously I'm not showing it for obvious reasons. All right.
The wound's a laser beam. They shot a laser beam to make it look like a wound. He got shot from behind, probably out of that camera. And I said that in other videos. Let's go back.
And so let's take a quick look at this. No gore is shown. All right, so let's slow this down here. So watch just this general area. Can there be artifacts? Sure, but just watch this. Okay, so this is interesting. So as the shot is coming, there's like 3 or 4 different things I want you to look at. This is from the subscriber that sent this out to me. So the first thing is this camera moves right before or about the time of the shot. So watch this black camera back here, mostly the left side of it. Watch. See that?
It's called a recoil.
See that moving right here?
It's called a recoil.
That's moving. Okay. Does this camera move? Is it supposed to move? Is that just an artifact? Because when this moves, this volume thing over here moves too. Is that just a weird artifact from here? All right, so watch here. It looks like he's getting hit possibly from behind, or he could move that way maybe if he got shot in the front, which is what the official story is. So watch. Boom. And then we know from the other videos that we've seen that there seems to be some strange changes in his hair, in his head, in the back of his neck when he initially gets hit, which would be consistent with a theoretical shot from behind. Look up here. So the shot just happened. He hasn't even fallen over yet. And then you see this object fall. See that? That black object? If I go frame by frame, you can see it coming down. So that's interesting. So is that just a piece of the backdrop falling down? Was that some kind of trigger? Could the bullet have actually come from there? Because that would match the angle if that was an exit wound in the front. Same with this camera, theoretically. So let's watch this full speed now. Then the piece falls from the top. All right, quickly, let's cover some of the open theories. FBI shot from the front, shot from the back, exploding microphone, shot from the camera behind him, alternative or multiple shooters from different roofs, a drone shot, synchronized shots from multiple areas, different murder weapons from a handgun to an air rifle, directed energy weapons, and of course the alleged pendant theory, which is more of a side effect than the actual reported cause of death. Before we dig into the long list of loose ends, let's look at why the FBI is a little nervous right now.
Officials' access to FBI files in Charlie Kirk case drew pushback. An inquiry by Joe Kent, who leads the National Counter-Terrorism Centre, is said to have alarmed Kash Patel, the FBI director.
So in other words, there's other people besides the FBI that are going to be supposedly investigating this, and it's making the FBI very nervous.
Now, why would the director of the FBI, Kash Patel, be concerned at any point that Joe Kent is putting his face in this case? The head of the National Counterterrorism Centre examined FBI files in the last several weeks to investigate whether the man charged with assassinating Charlie Kirk had support from someone else, a foreign power, another entity, according to multiple people with knowledge of the matter. I think it's very clear that this lone gunman scenario just isn't going to wash. Anybody with half a brain cell knows that's not the case. If you're sitting there believing that that is the case, then give your head a wobble.
So there you go. Head of the National Counterterrorism Center is examining the FBI files. And then, of course, I'm sure by now you've all seen this. This is one of the TPUSA people, and they are either in shock or a very good actor or bad actor, depending how you look at it. Basically, this is seconds after Charlie got shot. This person basically walked away, jumped up right behind where the tent area is, didn't run away, and is now filming a selfie and also filming Charlie being put into his, it looks like a Suburban maybe or something, and being taken away. And just kind of listen to what he says. It's interesting.
They just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie.
So repeating, they just shot Charlie. Who's they? And how would he know it was more than one person? Usually you would say someone shot Charlie or he shot Charlie. The they shot Charlie is interesting. The other part that's interesting is that he repeated it multiple times. That can happen with shock, so maybe. Hanging out, filming, getting a selfie, getting some video footage. Maybe proof.
They just shot Charlie.
So, I don't know if you know anything about human emotions, but there seems to be a lack of emotion, which is very interesting. Again, could be shock, but the biggest thing that I'm seeing is almost an attempt to act scared or surprised or something similar, but you don't see rapid breathing. You don't see that he's in any kind of major distress or anything, which is probably not normal in this situation. This is the part that is bothering most people about this. You see him start to act like he's going to say something, but then he waits. He's pausing for dramatic effect.
He's dead.
He just said he's dead. This person left before Charlie even hit the ground, along with another gentleman that we'll see here in a minute, and he's saying he's dead. He doesn't know if he's dead. He has no idea what's going on. He just saw him get carried to the Suburban and drive off with his team. So how could he possibly know he's dead at this point? He can't. So that's very strange too.
God help him.
He's dead, God help him, and right back to filming. And a lot of you have also seen this. This is where one gentleman has basically been very strongly pursued by the FBI or some other branch of the government to delete his footage that he has.
Best that you erase the video from your phone because it's just going to give you PTSD, and then call it another time to ask if I erased it. A bunch of my videos are gone. Even right to post these videos that was on my other account that was gone and just was removed.
So if you didn't see his interview, I believe he was on Redacted and a few other channels. But long story short, he had some footage. He was contacted by the government, maybe the FBI, it sounds like. They told him that he should delete the footage. The reason being is because it could give him PTSD. Then they followed up, at least once, if not more than that, to confirm if he had or had not deleted the footage. And then he, along with some other people, found that the footage was no longer on their phones. It had been remotely deleted.
So originally when I sent this video into the FIB for tips, I thought I was doing a service, and and helping out. So it started off where I got in contact, was talking to someone at the local field office there in my local state, and then it jumped up a few levels. Then I was talking to someone on like the national level. That person had called me back and they had said, because this was your friend, I think it's best that you erase the video from your phone because it's just going to give you PTSD, and then called it another time to ask if I erased it. That was the first time that I felt.
He had high definition video the moment a bullet hit Charlie at the UVU. So what happens to him is that his phone got erased remotely. And it isn't just his phone. They know every cell phone in the vicinity because the cell tower would record all those phone numbers. And they went into a number of the phones to erase any files that might have been taken of the actual shooting. This is frightening. This is what those people at the Pentagon do. This is what those people at the CIA do. You think not? You're not thinking. You've got another 8 minutes of this video that you want to watch. I've already, again, seen the whole thing. The link will be there for you to take the time to watch it through its entirety. It's frightening, folks. Do I believe that Charlie's dead? Somebody's got to explain to me why that bombardier left Provo, Utah, flew to Page, Arizona, was on the ground for 15 minutes, and went back to Provo, Utah. Either Charlie was on that, or the shooter. I still believe it was Charlie. I'll attach the link. Please watch it to its entirety and pass it along, and thanks for listening.